the decline effigy, we shall read the sign. Midsummer sets us free.
From the Skull and Bones Society at Yale, founded in 1832, to the Bohemian Grove, founded in 1872. That path has led us back to Monterey and the Bohemian Grove in Northern California. Here we are, my friends, 3 years later. There have been a lot of news articles and rumors about world leaders meeting and engaging in satanic rituals. Now, the news admitted that the world leaders met here every year, going back at least 75 years, with presidents coming here going back over 100 years ago. But we wanted to try to put the rumors to rest, find out if it was true. We snuck in to the Bohemian Grove, and I was able to catch one of their many rituals on tape, the cremation of care. And yes, the leaders of the Bohemian Grove, based in San Francisco, have admitted that I did indeed sneak in and videotape the ritual. But they say I'm blowing it all out of proportion. They're just having fun. It's a theatrical production. Yes, our Christian conservative leaders meeting and engaging in an ancient Canaanite human sacrifice reenactment ritual. It's no big deal here in the Transylvanian-style woods of Northern California. The published annals of the Grove admit that the Manhattan Project developing the atom bomb was developed here. The Star Wars project in the late 1970s was hatched at one of the Grove encampments. And I was stunned in late 2004 to see 2 articles in the New York Times talking about the Bohemian Grove. Another article in the Wall Street Journal exposing Bohemian Grove but saying that it was no big deal. We pulled down on the river. Our truck got stuck. We get out, we go down, talk to the fire department, they come down to pull us out. We just say, hey, what's the Bohemian Grove? They began threatening us, telling us to turn the cameras off. Thanks a lot, buddy. So, Brian, do you work at the Bohemian Grove? No. Well, we're not here for that. No, I was asking him about it because I heard about it. Yeah. And then he said you work there. No, he's lying. He doesn't work there, sir. Well, he was telling me about you know, it's like where the president goes and stuff. And so we were gonna like talk to him, and then he's all over.
Hey man, shut the camera off, huh?
Here we are at the entrance to the 2,700-acre club that really begins a few hundred yards back there with several guard checks and checkpoints. How's it going, bud? It says Bohemian Grove Security. We were driving through this town, and we asked what was in the town. They said the Pink Elephant, the motel, and the Bohemian Club. We said, what's the club? They said, that's where these rich people go, like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Then we asked a firefighter about it because our truck was stuck, and he freaked out and said, I'm not talking about it. Now we're interested. So what goes on here? A resort for rich people. Okay. Thanks. See you later. Here, let's stop and ask this person about the Grove. You guys know about the Bohemian Grove?
Yeah.
What do you think of it?
I've been here for 49 years.
Been there 49 years?
I've been here 49 years.
What do you think of the Grove?
Still there. I never worked up there or anything, but...
Oh, yes, you have. I disagree.
Yeah.
Oh, he means we don't have the ID.
Hey.
Hi, I'm not.
Come on, Jen. Come.
And neither is that an electric eye?
Yes.
Cool. We're over here looking for a handbag.
What do you think of the Bohemian Grove?
They throw a lot of parties up there. A lot of government
Random food
officials
and
come in
liquor.
and fly out.
I'd like to get one of their IDs. Oh, we've had that from.
Get in the truck, go.
What do we think of it? What is the Bohemian Grove?
Bohemian Grove's a man's
now they're men.
party place, right?
You are so full of. Oh, you said that because you're a man. That's how you found out. Well, not being a man, I found out slightly differently.
Yeah.
You found out about the Grove differently?
Yeah, because I didn't go there as a man to party. I went there as a woman to party because, well,
Come on, Carol.
look, that's a valet, okay.
Have a good evening.
You do now.
Where?
What channel is this on?
Should we follow you?
It's not going to be on.
We'll follow you.
All right.
Carol. Yeah.
Bye.
Take care.
You're beginning to sink deeper into the rabbit hole now and find out about the Grove. This is a Twilight Zone, like, Lovecraft novel or something. I want to tell everybody out in TV land how they can come to the Grove, where their elected leaders, along with the big bankers and the heads of media, meet, along with some European royalty, every year to decide how to run the country. You can fly into San Francisco, or you can fly into Santa Rosa. You can even fly into Sacramento, and you just drive out to Highway 101. You take Highway 12 out west towards the coast. You get about 10 miles out from the coast, right outside the little town of Monterey. And the town of Monterey, off the main drag, you'll take the Bohemian Avenue. And it dead ends right here at the 2,700-acre Redwood Grove entrance, where your world leaders, among other things, set policy for much of the planet and dress up in black and red robes and worship, Moloch. They would say that Moloch was a Canaanite deity that children were sacrificed to. They don't say they worship Satan, they just worship an old deity that likes to gobble children, basically. It's so generational. They're so compartmentalized at the top of the pyramid that they don't even know it. This is what they are. They're a beast just rending people.
Yeah, and the people are allowing it to happen because they know nothing else.
The modern dictatorship relies on what is euphemistically called mind control. Many Americans have accepted mind control and simply call it spin or advertising.
Some people have wacky ideas like taxing gasoline more so people drive less. That's John Kerry.
We're going to keep pounding, let me tell you. We're just beginning to fight here. These guys are the most crooked, lying group of people I've ever seen.
Who's crooked and lying? The president?
I was talking about the attack machine.
So this, in essence, is the American dictatorship. A world where you only have choice on the surface, but in reality, you're a complete and total slave on a global plantation, a feudal serf.
I think the American people are owed impeachment proceedings in the House of Representatives. After all, the Congress ought to obey one provision of the U.S. Constitution that they are sworn to uphold.
In March of 2004, on the one-year anniversary of the beginning of Gulf War II, a local peace group based in Dallas, Texas, requested that I come and speak after Ralph Nader, the popular consumer advocate who also ran for president in 2000. And I told him, look, I don't really support Ralph Nader. I think he'd obviously be better than George Bush or Al Gore. He could be a shill put in there to ensure that Lord Bush gets into office yet again. But I said that I doubt that because things are so obviously staged between the two literal kissing cousins, the two coffin mates from Skull and Bones, Kerry and Bush. But I said I'll be glad to go and give a speech about the New World Order and hopefully wake up people on the supposed left. Because when you really get down to it, the left and right are controlled by the same people. I don't see that as really an accurate reality when you truly investigate the facts.
Members of both parties were in complicity. They surrendered their sacred constitutional authority and gave the authority to declare war under his timing and place and manner unconstitutionally to George W. Bush. Nobody was indicted. Nobody was prosecuted. You go out here in Texas and violate a traffic ordinance, and you'll get a more severe penalty than the egregious violation of your own constitutional rights by the Congress of the President of the United States.
And there were about 800 people there. There was one peace group that had gotten time there at the city park in Crawford, Texas, right outside George Bush's Hollywood set, where he struts around acting like a cowboy and not a British royal blue blood from Kennebunkport, Maine. And we got there, and the people that had brought in Ralph Nader, the state coordinators, they wanted me to speak, and they had actually got the time for Ralph Nader at 5 p.m. But when it got time for me to go up and introduce Ralph Nader, the so-called peace group from Austin, Texas, was outraged, and the UT professor was outraged, and they began trying to keep me from speaking. And I nicely went ahead and gave them the microphone back, and then we had to have some of the local authorities explain to them that indeed Ralph Nader's group had invited me in to speak, and that indeed I was supposed to then go